if the thought appears, and it's, let's say, unpleasant, is it correct to look at it? Just to let it be, like maybe, let's say, trying not to identify myself with that thought. Just look at that thought and let it be until it wants to be.
Until what?
Until it's false, let's say. Yeah, the thought come and it's like stays for some time. And is it fine to observe that thought? Just to understand that that thought is not me.
No. Look at yourself. Look at the seer of the thought.
Be the seer of the thought.
Yes.
So I am the seer and I see the thought.
Yes.
And I know that I'm not the thought. So I'm staying.
That might be another thought. I am not the thought. The inquiry is very simple, right? It's single advice. If there is a thought, there must be a seer.
Exactly.
Or if there is a thought, there must be a source. Who is the seer? I. From where does the thought arises? From me. I am the thought. And the attention goes to yourself. That's all. Keep it simple. Why you want to create something else? If it is correct, this. If it is good, that. It's a tendency there. You try to create your own thing and follow your own thing to mislead yourself, right? But nothing's going to come out of that. Self-inquiry is self-awareness, self-observation, to pay attention to oneself. That's it. Am I clear? Yes, no, maybe. Are you here? Where are you?
No,
Cool.
Yes,
But
it's clearly, let's say, intellectually, but practically struggling. Yeah. Sometimes there is a feeling, yes, it is, and then it loses again, jumps into the thought and doubt and whatever. Sometimes it might seem, I'm feeling like it's so simple, so very simple, not to play with my mind, but that's it. Then tendency, right? Laziness.
It doesn't matter how many thoughts arises. As they arise, let them arise. Right? Don't follow them. You just bring the attention back to the source, your own self, to I or I am. What is so complicated about it? Thought disappears, inquiry comes to an end. The rest happens by itself. That's all. Thought disappears means the mind is still. Do you understand now? Do you understand now? Why don't you answer? You're absent-minded. It means, see, you're creating a blank, you're creating a mental state, and you are hypnotizing yourself with that mental state. There's nothing that I can do about it.
Like,
I just told you what is it. You can tell me whatever you want.
no, I want to ask,
Yes.
to, I understand, you're absolutely right, it's a blank state, like a struggle.
No, papá, estoy hablando con el señor. Espera un ratito, ¿ok? Espera que termine de hablar y ahorita hablamos. No puedo llegar a interrumpir una conversación así nada más.
To get out from that blank state, like absent mind, right? I need to hold the attention on myself, right? And that state will pass away. Or I don't know, will sort out somehow. I don't know, yes or no? Because you see, I want to get out from that state.
I want this, I want that, I want to get out. See, I want. This is a thought, no? I want. So you are there holding a thought, I want. See? That's the effort, I want. You're making a tremendous amount of effort there, which is absolutely unnecessary. This is why you get exhausted. Out of the effort, then comes all the physical contractions. It's so tense, so rigid, you begin to control. But just sit down, relax, and just be. That's all. You are, right? Then just be. Don't try to be. See? Or don't try to do anything, just be. Stop it. Jesus Christ, stop practicing. Give up the effort, right?
Or making an effort to give up there.
Yes.
It's fun and painful at the same time. Like I understand with the mind, I understand with the tension, but just Mm. When you see that it's not natural, does it feel like natural to you that it's not natural? It's not your natural state. Your natural state is effortless. yes.
You're making an effort to be what you are or to know what you are. If you understand what I just said, that is enough. You're trying to make an effort to be, right? Or to know that you are. You are, and you're making an effort to be. You are, and you know that you are, and you're making an effort to know what you are. That's it. That's the clue.
Where the
Yeah, there is.
covered, right?
There is always a but, and then you bring all the thoughts. Then this is called what you know. You see your how you call that? See if I can find a way to put it. How do I call the tendency? The tendency to participate. See, to expose, to elaborate, right? To argue, to see. It's absolutely unnecessary.
It's,
Sorry? Now you go. That's again, you're doing the same thing. See, I pick it somewhere. And now you want to go, and there, where do you pick it? And then you want to lose, you let it go 20 years ago. You got to go 20 years ago. And when you get there to the past, then you're going to throw it away. Analysis, reasoning. I told you many times, up to you now. How many more times should I repeat myself? Same simple. Simple knowledge, simple advice. You can repeat by heart all what I said. You know it by heart. You have to understand it and implement it. tremendous amount of suffering there. And you don't want to stop suffering. That's the funny part. You say yes, but you don't. Hmm? Because again, please understand that if you stop suffering, you die as a sufferer, as a victim. See? That's a controlling mechanism right there. It grabs attention. It grabs attention. Sucks energy. And to energize your ego. See? Your victim, poor me, identity.
And actually, I know it.
Then enjoy it.
But I don't want
As long as no, you don't, you say whatever you want. I'm doing this for 20 years already. Somebody in jail for 30 years, if it hears the clicks of the keys of the jail, is ready to get out. He will not stay in jail if somebody opens the door, right? But here the door is open. Will you stay there? Somebody is telling you you're free. See, the door is open, you're free, you can go. You say, no, I have to make more effort. See, the door is open, but I have to make an effort to be able to go out. What can anybody do, bro?
for fear of responsibility, right?
You are inquiring in the wrong way. See, it's about this. Is it about that? See, I told you, reasoning it is not going to help. Nothing is going to help but self-observation. Is because of this? Is this because of that?
Mind is afraid to take it, right? Sorry, but I see.
Don't know. You want to play with your mind? Do it by yourself. ¿Alguna pregunta?
Hola César.
Mm.
Eh, Recién leía algo de lo que por ahí es la práctica del neti neti. eh, y decía como yo no soy esto, yo no soy aquello, es todo lo que tiene que ver con la manifestación, ¿no es cierto?
Ujú.
Y el yo soy eso habla de lo que es el uno, ¿no? Lo no manifestado.
Uno es el método por negación y el otro es por afirmación. Si no se afirma lo que soy, ni se niega lo que no soy, se sabe que uno es lo que uno es.
Ujú,
Neti, neti. No soy, no soy, no soy. El que dice no soy, tampoco soy.
ujú,
Entonces, ¿quién soy?
ujú,
La neti, neti te lleva a la pregunta.
ujú.
En algunos casos te lleva al conocimiento directo, como Ramana Maharshi. Este cuerpo está muerto, pero yo sigo estando acá. Sí, siento la presencia de mi existencia fuertemente. Por lo tanto, yo debo ser espíritu trascendiendo el cuerpo. Mm. O sea, el pensamiento yo soy el cuerpo fue suplantado, ¿sí? Por otro pensamiento, yo soy eso. Yo soy esa conciencia absoluta.
hoy también te escuchaba a la tarde y se me vino la pregunta, ¿cómo se puede uno enterar? Por ejemplo, con esto del neti neti, uno queda como en evidencia la respuesta que uno no es esto, ¿no? Uno lo sabe. Ahora, vos hablaste de la energía potencial, todo lo que está como potencial, pero co- ¿cómo se capta eso? Si es que se capta, pero no por una curiosidad.
Nada, ignorancia, nada, una especie de oscuridad, vacío, ignorancia, se llama ignorancia, no es ciencia,
Por eso no se puede captar, digamos.
porque no está
Claro.
manifestado.
Pero
Eso es lo que ves,
porque
eso es lo que ves en el sueño profundo. Esa oscuridad que ves en el sueño profundo es la ignorancia, es el velo de la ignorancia, ¿sí? Que a veces se confunde con la bienaventuranza, ¿sí? Eso se llama Ananda Maya, ¿sí? Bienaventuranza ilusoria. Bienaventuranza es el estado natural del que ve la ignorancia y de que ve ahora el conocimiento. ¿Sí? Esto. Esa ignorancia está aquí ahora. Esa potencialidad está aquí ahora.
claro, la palabra que me quedó es esa potencialidad. Y ahora vos también me doy cuenta que has hablado de ignorancia. Entonces, potencialidad e ignorancia es lo mismo.
Es lo mismo. Energía potencial, ¿sí? No diferencial, si no aparece como, todavía como los diferentes. ¿Sí?
Perdón, pero te voy a preguntar otra cosa. ¿Está hecha de los 5 elementos eso?
No, los 5 elementos están hechos de la ignorancia.
Ajá, ajá, al revés. Ajá.
Se dice que Maya, sí, la ignorancia, la ilusión es la responsable de la aparición de esto.
¿Y cómo aparece desde cuando nos despertamos esa cosa que vos has contado varias veces? ¿En dónde aparece la ilusión y después, no sé si...
En ti, aparece en ti, ¿sí? Desaparece en ti, existe en ti, es atestiguada por ti, es inseparable de ti. Ujú. ¿Cómo surge? De manera espontánea. Realmente no hay explicación para ello. La única explicación es tu propia experiencia. ¿Sí? Aparece y desaparece. De manera espontánea. ¿Ah?
No, capaz que estás escuchando mis pensamientos porque se me viene a la mente. No dije nada, pero eh, en el libro que subió Pedro, habla de la importancia del sueño, como eso que vos estás diciendo, donde se puede percibir eh, la aparición en, en la conciencia, me sale decirlo, ¿no? En el momento de despertar. Y me ha pasado en los sueños, por eso que lo menciono.
No te oigas, no se te oye bien. O sea, ¿cómo?
Es que me ha pasado en los sueños eso,
¿Ha pasado qué?
en los sueños, por ahí en algún sueño me ha pasado que me he dado cuenta de la aparición del sueño y, y, y bueno, yo te lo comenté, apareciste vos también y me di cuenta que cerrando los ojos eh, en el sueño quedaba la imagen adentro de la mente, por así decirlo. Y,
El
y
sueño
para mí,
el sueño es la mente.
claro, es como que me di cuenta que todo me estaba dando cuenta de que fuera sueño, en el sueño, si yo cerraba los ojos como imagen, era todo lo mismo. Y vos estabas ahí, por acá en la habitación, en la siesta, y miraste así,
Eso fue parte del sueño también.
ajá,
Todo eso es parte del mismo sueño. El soñador es parte del sueño.
solo que me di cuenta que yo estaba ahí todo el tiempo.
El sueño profundo es la ausencia del sueño y del soñador.
Claro, es la ignorancia.
Y el conocedor de la ignorancia es uno mismo. ¿Eh?
Y lo que confirma la ignorancia es porque conoce, ¿no?
Lo que confirma la ignorancia Es el
Eh,
conocimiento o la
el
ignorancia.
conocimiento, ajá,
Y uno es el conocimiento.
ajá. Ya demasiado pensamiento, ya sabes.
¿Mm?
Digo que ya demasiado pensar sobre el tema.
Demasiado pensar sobre el tema, exacto. Ahora hay que dejar de pensar en el tema. Es decir, dejar el conocimiento indirecto para tener el directo. Y es directo. Directo quiere decir espontáneo, así. Directo es ya. Conocimiento directo no es una filosofía, una teoría del conocimiento directo. Es que es directo. ¿Sí? Aquí estoy. ¿Sabe? Directo, yo soy eso. En no tiempo. Sí. Lola, no podemos así conmigo. ¿Estará ahí el negro? Debe estar ahí. No sé, no le vi. El negro está ahí. En el gabinete. ¿Perdón? Sí. Aquí y ahora, porque verlo es serlo. Correcto, correcto. No puede haber dos seres, ¿sí? Uno que vea al otro.
Aquí me regaló un montón de cosas.
Cuando me olvido de todo lo que sé, ¿ok? Incluyendo lo que quiero. ¿Sí? Cuando no sé nada, ¿qué es lo único que sé? ¿Qué soy? Ah, mira. Lo que queda es el saber que se es, sin pensar que se es. Yo soy sin pensar yo soy. Donde el yo es el conocedor, lo conocido y el acto de conocer. Mm. Mm.
Be concentrated on yourself.
Gracias, César.
Being concentrated in yourself, on yourself. Yes.
Yes. Now, the thought, when it rise up and like the coming, going, it's like holding that attention on myself and not letting it flows to like go to the thought, right? Correct.
If there are thoughts, let it be thoughts.
Let it be like just let it be.
Who cares?
And,
Who cares?
and keep concentrating on yourself.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cars are passing by, right?
Hmm?
I am sitting in a coffee place and the cars are passing by.
Yeah.
I see the cars passing by. The attention is on myself. I clinging to I.
Hola, César.
Hola, Ricardo. Te oigo, dime.
Sí. Eh, César, el estado llamado dormido despierto. A ver si tengo claro, si no, corregime. El estado de dormido despierto es imprescindible y condición sine qua non para que se pueda llegar al estado no diferenciado. Hasta ahí estamos bien.
Ese es el estado no diferenciado.
El estado dormido despierto,
Claro.
pero a ver, el estado no diferenciado es samadhi, ¿cierto? Y el estado dormido despierto es yara susupti. Entonces, ¿es lo mismo? ¿Es lo mismo?
Acá tienes el silencio del sueño profundo, el sueño, la experiencia del sueño. ¿Mm?
Sueño profundo, sí,
Y adelante tienes la vigilia, ¿sí?
sí, sí.
Y no se perciben como diferentes. En ese estado no se perciben como diferentes o separados.
En ese estado te referís a a ese ya a dormido despierto,
Sí.
¿no?
Mm,
No se perciben como separados.
no. La beatitud, que es el ser, no se percibe separada de la vigilia, de lo que está despierto. ¿Sí? Es la bienaventuranza, es tener conocimiento de la bienaventuranza del sueño profundo, es decir, de sí mismo en la vigilia. Porque pareciera que hace falta la ilusión para hacerse consciente de ser la conciencia de la realidad, de la ilusión, ¿sí?
Sí.
Y la ilusión es la prueba de mi existencia, aun cuando yo sé que existo en el sueño profundo, pero no lo tengo claro.
A ver, pareciera que la ilusión sería necesario para que la realidad sea consciente de sí, eso dijiste, ¿no? Pareciera entonces no es así, en realidad.
Correcto. Por eso se dice que solo en la vigilia hay
Ah,
autoconocimiento.
claro. Cuando está el espejo, y ahí es posible el reflejo, ¿cierto? En la vigilia. Pero, o sea, entonces este estado dormido despierto no es un estado dual, por lo que está diciendo, es no dual.
Correcto. Es no diferenciado.
Pero es el mismo estado que le dicen de testigo, ¿no? O sea, Shagrat Susupti, yo había leído por Ramana Maharshi, creo, que es lo mismo que Turilla, ¿no? Que el testigo, es lo mismo. Pero el testigo no sigue siendo un estado dual todavía, César, porque está atestiguando, por eso es testigo, porque atestigua.
Sí, pero después se sabe que el testigo es el silencio y lo atestiguado es la vigilia, ¿verdad? Pero ahí llega un momento en que se sabe que el testigo y el atestiguado son uno, no son dos diferentes, separados. Entonces la idea de testigo también desaparece.
Ajá. Entonces, César, este estado de Turilla, dormido despierto, bueno, no es posible si todavía hay identificación con el cuerpo, ¿no?
Claro.
Mm, Ah,
Porque el testigo, el observador, el conocedor sería el cuerpo. Es decir, yo
ah,
soy el testigo, eso es la mente. Si yo soy el cuerpo, yo soy el testigo.
ah. O sea, entonces mientras está, digamos, yo para comprender el proceso, o sea, mientras está la pulsación, todavía no puede aparecer el testigo, ¿cierto?
Dale con la pulsación.
No, porque, pero César, es para ubicarme, digamos,
No
en
hay-
la experiencia que,
si está la pulsación, tiene que estar el testigo de la pulsación. No puede haber nada sin conciencia.
pero ese testigo de la pulsación, dijiste que es un estado no dual, y, eh, pero todavía hay identificación con el cuerpo, que es un estado dual, o entiendo mal.
Es un rollo conceptual ahí. Uf.
A ver, mirá, César, te lo voy a plantear en este sentido. ¿Por qué la duda? Eh, Porque digo, cuando vos decís que no nos evaluemos, correcto, ¿no? Pero para no confundirnos y no engañarse uno, entiendo que es bueno saber, digamos, en qué etapa está, por decirlo de alguna manera, en el proceso cada uno. Entonces yo, por ejemplo, tenía la duda, digo, estoy experimentando el turilla, ¿cómo?
Estás evaluando. ¿Sí? ¿Quién es el evaluador?
No, pero para saber dónde está en qué parte del proceso está uno, digamos.
¿Quién está en cuál proceso? ¿Y uno quién?
Bueno, si supiera eso, no estaría acá.
No, pero estoy sugiriendo que investigues
Sí,
quién está en el proceso.
yo
Primero,
obviamente.
primero me dices que entiendo que no es bueno evaluarse, pero de todas maneras me voy a evaluar. ¿Sí? O sea, a mí me dicen cualquier cantidad de cosas, pero yo pienso que lo que yo pienso es mejor, es más adecuado.
No, no es para evaluarse en realidad lo que quiero decir, sino que para ver en qué etapa está uno del proceso.
Es lo mismo. Es lo mismo. ¿Y quién está en la etapa quién es el que está en cuál etapa? Cuéntame.
¿Y para qué explican entonces los maestros digamos, esos conceptos entonces? Porque por alguna razón lo explican. Si lo explican es porque para ser escuchado o no.
Y para ser entendidos, no para ser evaluados. El maestro explica, no te evalúes, pero el buscador dice, me voy a evaluar de todas maneras para saber dónde estoy en el proceso. Buscando saber dónde estás, mantiene al buscador ahí, mantiene al ego. El ego buscando ver dónde está, mantiene al ego en el presente. La idea del testigo también desaparece. La idea de ser un testigo, o de ser el testigo. Cualquier idea de ser desaparece, incluyendo la de ser un testigo.
Sí, entiendo.
No tienes ninguna idea de ti mismo. No hay idea de ser, solamente se es. Y ser es la confirmación de ser, de saber que se es. Soy es el conocimiento de que soy, si confirma el hecho de que soy. Porque soy, sé que soy. ¿Sí? O sea, autoconocimiento. Tengo el conocimiento de que soy porque soy. Sí. Soy la confirmación de mi propia existencia.
Si no me meto la pregunta de inglés con eso, pero todo lo podemos empezar ya.
No, pueden empezar ustedes. Cuando no piensas, eres. Cuando no analizas, eres. Cuando no mides, eres. ¿Sí? Cuando no sabes, eres. Cuando no hay nada, eres. Pues ya eres eso. ¿Qué más confirmación quieres? ¿Y qué evaluación necesitas para saber qué eres? Y para evaluar tienes que primero ser. Sé lo
Sí,
que
claro.
corre de todo lo demás, incluyendo la indagación.
César, y cuando eres, o sea, los pensamientos llamados prácticos, uno ahí ve o se da cuenta que, como vos has dicho muchas veces, que no hay un yo que piensa, es decir, los pensamientos no me pertenecen, no son míos, no soy la fuente de los pensamientos como individuo, sino que los pensamientos eh, no nos corresponden a nosotros, ¿cierto? Ya sean buenos o no buenos, digamos, o malos,
¿A nosotros quién?
a uno como un individuo aparente, bueno, que todavía creo ser, porque,
Como individuo no te pertenece nada y como individuo ni siquiera eres. ¿Cómo le puede pertenecer algo a algo que ni siquiera es? El ego no desaparece, se sabe que nunca existió. Lo que nunca fue no puede desaparecer.
bueno, sí, la teoría. Sí,
Ya no la puedo erradicar, no puedo erradicar al ego, no puedo hacer nada al respecto porque nunca fue. ¿Sí?
sí,
Te levantas en la madrugada, hay poca luz en la cocina y ves la serpiente en el suelo. Y luego te vas, ¿sí? Al cuarto donde todas, todo tu arsenal para matar a la serpiente. Tienes el tantra, el yantra, el mantra, el kundalini, el yoga, tienes todo allí. Sí, la meditación, la purificación, ahí tienes todas las herramientas y sales con todas. ¿En qué? Pero dices, espérate, déjame prender la luz para verla bien, sí, para poder matarle. Cuando prendes la luz, ¿sí? ¿Qué vas a matar si nunca estuvo allí? Cuéntame. ¿Y qué vas a erradicar si nunca existió? ¿Y qué vas a hacer ahora con tu tantra, tu yantra, tu mantra, tu kundalini yoga, tu pranayama y con todo? ¿Qué vas a hacer con todo eso? Tienes que donarlo al ashram, ¿sí? Tienes que ir al cuartel general antiego y donar todos tus... Suerte.
César, ya que estoy, voy a aprovechar. Esta pregunta A ver, el cuerpo físico tiene ciertas, digamos, necesidades, ¿no? De alimento, etc. Hay un aspecto que es el tema, digamos, para mantenerlo razonablemente saludable, que entiendo sin caer en ningún extremo. Siempre hoy en día, bueno, la ciencia se ha archisabido de que hay que hacer algún tipo de, digamos, de ejercicio, ¿no? Para tratar de mantener saludable el cuerpo. Ahora, ¿por qué la pregunta? Porque mi naturaleza es que estoy feliz y contento, me puedo pasar horas abajo de un árbol, con el mate, por supuesto, sin hacer nada. Yo disfruto mucho, de verdad que es una de las cosas que más disfruto. Si tengo que hacer algo, lo hago, pero no soy mi naturaleza no es de mover el cuerpo físico salvo que sea estrictamente necesario. Ahora, la pregunta es, porque entiendo que el cuerpo está programado, ¿no? Para hacer lo que tenga que hacer o no hacer lo que no tenga que hacer. Entonces digo, yo no me motiva, digamos, a hacer ejercicio, si puedo evitarlo. Entonces digo, y por otro lado veo también, por ejemplo, el ejemplo de varios santos que no han hecho ningún tipo de, absolutamente, o sea, pareciera que no estaban absolutamente interesados por su cuerpo, ¿no? Entonces, eso ya no nos tenemos que preocupar o cuestionar, decir, tengo que hacer ejercicio, no tengo que hacer ejercicio, porque ya se va a dar solo si el cuerpo está destinado digamos, a hacer porque yo a veces me planteo la duda, digo, ¿será que soy haragán o vago y por eso no voy a hacer un ejercicio para mantener un poco el cuerpo saludable? Pero si vos me das, o sea, sinceramente no, como te digo, estoy muy, muy cómodo cuando estoy quieto, digamos, ¿no? Físicamente. Y no me, ahora, si yo digo, el cuestionamiento es la pregunta. Digo, ¿tendré que hacer algún ejercicio para mantener un poco la salud del cuerpo?
Pero
Porque es claro de que si no,
respondiste la pregunta antes de que hicieras la pregunta. Si el cuerpo está destinado a hacer ejercicio, va a hacer ejercicio. Si está destinado a trabajar, va a trabajar. Si está destinado a enfermar, que le des la medicina que le des. Si está destinado a morir, morirá. Si está destinado, si está ya predestinado, entonces la pregunta acerca de qué hacer con el cuerpo no, simplemente no surge.
no tiene sentido. Claro, sí, entiendo. Bueno, eso de alguna manera, básicamente era la pregunta, ¿no? Como para,
Y si yo no soy el
ajá.
cuerpo, ¿qué más hace el cuerpo?
Sí, si colapsa antes, pero eso, sí, perfecto, pero eso lo podés decir, lo podés decir. Yo no lo sé eso todavía, si no, necesito el cuerpo para saberlo, ¿no? Por eso, cuando uno está en la otra orilla, ya, obvio, ya lo sabe y ya no se preocupa, pero de este lado todavía, entendiendo que el cuerpo es necesario para realizar el ser, bueno, bueno, César. Eh, bueno, nada más, César.
Hola.
Bueno,
I was doing Google Translate And were you guys talking about like physical exercise?
Yes,
Um,
he was talking about
that, because that's interesting. I think about that a lot, if, yeah, if it's going to happen, then do you have to put all the effort in? But it's fun to exercise. So it's
It's going to happen spontaneously. No need to make it.
spontaneous.
Action doesn't necessarily implies effort.
Right.
This is why we should let the body to be natural. See, to naturally perform what it is destined to. See, just let it unfold by itself. Right? So
So if it feels good.
you effortlessly witness how spontaneously everything takes place, because not only your body, it's everybody, see, it's everything. Right? And that's the beauty of it. You effortlessly see what you are is effortless, right? And choiceless.
Mm.
Choicelessly, effortlessly see how everything happens spontaneously. Oof.
Well, there's nothing else to know.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. The self is effortless, right? And the
Yeah.
illusion is spontaneous. And you can't separate them because they are not two. Advaita is not two.
I was listening to something, and this lady was talking about how 1 + 1 doesn't always equal 2. And it made sense to me. She said, if you put 2 clouds together, it doesn't, like 1 + 1 clouds doesn't make 2 clouds. It just makes 1 cloud. And how we create that separation, but really it's just one.
Is I, and the reality is I. So I plus I is I, not true. See, I plus I is I.
We've been taught wrong all these years. Oh. I feel really good today, but last week was a bit shocking because I had to be on the road a lot, and I shouldn't let it bother me, but being in my car, I feel like I'm in a war. And I think it's because I feel that probably that separation when I'm in my car and you deal with the traffic in Perth. And I find that people really annoy me, and I try not to let it happen. But I'm in sales, so I drive a lot for work. And then I can hear myself thinking how much I don't like the people around me. And then I'm aware of it. So I say, no, it's okay. You'll get there eventually. This will be over soon. But sometimes in the moment, the people in front of you, you just want them out of your way. Is that my ego? I'm just being really honest.
You just want them to die. I mean, it's just disappear. Why don't you just disappear?
Pretty much, because they're like nowhere to go. Like, what's over there? And I don't know why it annoys me, but maybe it's growing up in Chicago with, all those people, and my family had that, but I can't blame it on that. It's me. And I just need to figure out how to just be and
Remember,
not rush.
we are not blind to the situation, right?
Yeah.
And we might point to something, right? Like, oh my God, look at this guy. What is he doing? Is he nuts? Right? No, you're going, man. See, I'm going. Wait, I'm going. What's the matter with you? But there is no, I don't know. It may sound strange. but what to do, you know?
No, exactly. There's nothing to do.
Like, where are you going? With my son here, because of I guess it's all over the world. There was the pandemic, right? When the people were in the street, there was no traffic, so nobody was paying attention to traffic lights, right?
No.
So there was very little traffic, so that became kind of a that continues here. The lights are just there. If you see nobody's coming, the people just go. It became
Right.
the norm. I don't know if it's in the rest of the countries like that, but here in the island, it's like that, people. And if you stop in a traffic light, the guy behind you will, say,
All right.
what are you doing, bro? Come, just go. Or it will pass by and say, hey, like, what's wrong with you? Right?
Why are you stopping at the red light?
Stop in the red light. You may cause an accident. You stop in the red light, guy behind you.
That's different.
So when I go in the morning to drop in, there are two particular traffic lights. One is working, the other one is not working, but the one that is working, you can't see the green light, right? Because of the sunshine, right?
Oh.
It's sea level, right? And then the sun is here, and just at that time, it just hits the traffic light. You can't see bloody nothing, right? If it's red, you can see it. If it is green or whatever, you can't.
So you guess.
Then we decide, what are we doing, bro? Huh? So that nobody's coming, we can go. But then we think, no, but look, this traffic light is red, that means this one can go. And this one said, stop here, nobody's coming in the lane that can cross it. Okay, let's go. Right? But if we see somebody passing the traffic light, right? Just like that, then we say, look at it, Indrek especially, look at that. Where is he going? What is he doing? Right?
Yeah.
But because still is a child and the ego is not fully developed, okay? As long as you look elsewhere, that is gone. See? No imprint, is gone. He doesn't go on thinking about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the mind of the sage. You see, what's
Right.
wrong with this people? What was that all about? Why he was freaking out, right? And then you look here and 11:30. It's gone. See, it leaves no imprint, right?
Yeah.
You don't forget it. You just don't think about it anymore.
Yeah. Because you kind of feel like, I don't know if it's just, I mean, it's everywhere in the world, but sometimes I go to get in my car in the morning, I'm like preparing for war. That's what it sort of feels like, because you don't know what nutcase is going to be on the road, or if people are just going to go, I'm just not going to go. And it's the smallest thing and it shouldn't affect the day, because I know better, but maybe it's the collective consciousness of the world and everyone's in a rush to get nowhere.
It's a tree from nowhere to nowhere, traveled by no one to get absolutely nothing.
I do question that every day. What is the point?
Then it's pointless. Then just do it because just that's the beauty of it. If without ego, so what is the meaning of all this? It's absolutely meaningless.
Yeah,
Then fantastic. It doesn't mean anything. It's pointless.
that's cool.
It's great. What is the purpose? None. Fantastic. So trilili, trululu, tralala. That's all. Come on. For who? For who? Who cares? They go on with fire. Because of what? Because of God. There's now it goes for two, and that's it. See?
That would be awesome if I had a speaker on the top of my car playing that song everywhere I went. That would make it fun.
For whom is the purpose, right? Now, for whom is the meaning? There must be two, right?
Mm.
The reason, all that stuff. This is spontaneous. There's no explanation to this, right? In reality, there is none, right?
Mm.
But if the sage doesn't give an answer, it can be short. Give an answer or kill you, right? You know that this is how spirituality came into existence. The king, really, there's a story of a sage. It's a funny story. Then the sage didn't know what to do, so he gave it a whole bunch of explanations to the king. And at some point, the king, grew up mentally mature about it and called the sage again. Oh, this is nonsense, right? Why you didn't tell me that? Otherwise, I don't know what happened to me. You would have jailed or punished me or something, so I had to tell you something. Right? For all that, you need two: meaning, purpose, and so on, right?
Mm.
Reason, right? If we pay attention to life, just pay attention to life. How the awakening state shows up spontaneously.
Mm.
What is the reason? You don't know, right? Just happens. Spontaneously appears, spontaneously lasts, and spontaneously disappears, right?
Mhm.
Do you want it to happen? No. Can you avoid it? No. Right? Why? Because you are choiceless. See, you have no choice. Your reality is choiceless. A choiceless existence, right? Consciousness is choiceless, and the manifestation is spontaneous, and they are not two separate entities.
Mm.
That, in a nutshell, is it. Consciousness is choiceless, manifestation is spontaneous, and they are not two, one and the same. That is my Gita. I make a rap now with it. What is the other music in fashion? It's not rap, it's what do you call it? There's a name for that.
R&B.
Whatever.
I don't know. What did you want to say?
It's a particular kind of music.
Oh,
Music and fashion.
It's kind of a rap. It's
right.
something like that. You can make a rap. Consciousness is effortless manifestation. And they are not two separate entities. And you
There is
Have you thought about coming out with an album? Consciousness in
not original,
awareness.
not even miles.
have you heard the song?
You are listening to the same song. It's through a different movie. It's the same music, right?
It's in the,
Yep.
this is all we all came from.
No, you go to sleep already.
Yeah, we correct.
You have no you have no cure. I'm done with you. I'm done. I'm joking. Somebody stop me. So, see, Bhagavad Gita, right? Gita means song. See, Bhagavad from Bhagavan. See,
Song.
song about the self, which is the truth, right?
Mm.
What is the song? The self alone is, right?
Yeah.
So you're listening the same song through this radio. This radio will come to an end, right? Finish.
Mm.
There will be another radio, there will be the same song. It's not my song. See, the Bhagavad Gita is not Krishna's song. The Bhagavad Gita is a song, it's the tale about the truth, right? About the self. Bhagavan, God, right? In India, no? Bhagavan. The song about God, which is God alone is. Only one line. Arjuna, right? No, I don't want to. Come on. So I don't want to hurt anybody. So he was mistaken tamas with sattva. See?
Mm-hmm.
And then Krishna said, you have to do it. Just don't be attached to the result. And then rajas turned into sattva. See, the action became
Sattvic.
exactly. So you can't remain idle, right?
No.
Then by all means, let it be whatever it is. Who cares?
Do you ever look, because sometimes I look at where I am now, and it's like, how did I get here? But it's almost like it was spontaneous action, just like moving from, because you've moved a lot of places too, and those moments, and you're like, all right, now I'm here. And then I think, how did I actually get here? But there was not really, it just didn't feel like there was a choice. It just happened.
My case gets even worse when people say, what are you doing? Cesar, what happened? What's the matter? Why everybody's freaking out so much? Look at that. Okay, just fine, but what's the big deal?
Mm.
Excitement about what? Jeez. Stop making some.
Mm.
Sometimes eyes open or close. Sometimes the eyes just close. People may think that you are thinking, you're dreaming or sleeping or something. No. It just happens, right? There's not even an effort to meditate or to practice. It's just when all these predispositions are gone, right? Then
Mm.
if there is some residual of whatever it is that needs to be done, then by all means, let it be.
Do it.
There's no difference here. If there is an action or not, right? Or the quantity or the quality, whatever is meant to happen will happen.
Mm-hmm.
If it is meant to happen, see, what is the question about should I, shouldn't I, right? About we or ourselves or someone else's. They can't help it, right? The one that is pissing you off, they can't help it. It can't help it. See? Right? The one that is the annoying dude, right? in the traffic, right? Can't help it. Sit in the train, right? It teaching says the train will carry you and your luggage, right?
Yes.
That's it. Just enjoy the ride. Or not,
Yeah.
or not, because the ride sometimes can be bumpy, you know.
Hmm.
Time includes dentist drilling your mouth, whatever, right?
Oh.
Sometimes it's a nice meal, right? Or you can't eat because your teeth ache. Oh,
Your tooth.
yeah, your tooth ache, yeah. Or your teeth, because it can be more than one. Or your husband, not you, but in general, no? You look like a nice couple, but the husband, see, oh Jesus, it's annoying. You can't help, you can't help it. The husband can't help it. So yes, yes, good, good, very good. Achha. You become a good listener. Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Good, good. The Indians, you know, there's a Western, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, whatever you say, sir. Yes, yes, sir. Okay, okay.
Oh.
Manava Heart says, yeah, as long as they believe that the world is real, is there, right? There is suffering. Hmm?
Hmm. So what about, how people get aches and pains, or I actually talked to an old client from Tasmania when I used to train people in physical movement. And I talked to her the other day and she goes, ever since you left Tasmania, I don't move my body anymore. And she said she just hurts all the time. So how do they get through that? How do people get through the aches and pains?
And do not identifying yourself as the body. You may at times not even feel it.
Mm. When they're engrossed in something else, I'm sure they don't. But it's when they're identifying is when they do.
Basically, body consciousness.
So I remember my mentor at
I-
work, he would say,
I've been there. I remember when I was diagnosed with loss of bone structure.
oh, right.
I lost between 25 or 35% of the hip bone. See? The socket,
Oh,
where the femur,
right.
the head of the femur joins the hip, and the femur,
Yep.
25-35% gone.
That's quite a lot.
The pain was unbearable. I couldn't walk more than 10 minutes.
Oh,
Those were the times when I was traveling more than ever. Okay. And the pain was such that the people were worried about me, right? I tried not to bother anybody, you know.
Mm.
The guys were really, really nice. They were trying to help. And I met a great yogi, good friend, a good guy, Andrei Sidersky from Ukraine. Super cool guy. And his family and all that. And I met a whole bunch of doctors there. Also part of the organizing team, especially in Ukraine. I think that was in Ukraine, yeah. And there was a chiropractor. The guy was brilliant, right? I mean, brilliant people, don't take me wrong.
Yeah.
And they try to help me. They send me to another doctor, and this doctor says, "Boy, we give you 6 months to put the money together because you need to hip replacement, right? You need to
Oh no.
prosthesis and all that." I say, "Yes, it's work for me. I can come later." But somehow I was speaking a lot also that time, publicly, like 2.5 hours at a time, twice a day, and then private meetings, and
Oh
somehow
wow.
there were times where I couldn't even feel the pain. Sometimes you are just lost in what you do, talking, right, answering, and you forget it. I couldn't even feel or even remember that situation was there. And something happened. I just felt I was in Thailand. I felt like changing my diet for some reason. I gave up
Yeah.
vegetarian, and there was a kind of I got mad about salmon, and for some reason, it was just came up like that. I was just eating, and I began to just look to the shops. It's like this. And I remember the last time I was in India, you could get a visa, a long-term visa, because of the physical condition, right?
Mhm.
And you didn't need any proof, right? But then the law, then you need a proof. And I say, okay, fantastic. I have nothing to worry about because I have this, you know. And I went to the doctor and there was nothing,
Right.
basically nothing. Also in my cervical and all that stuff. So the discomfort got reduced to basically nothing, and it was just muscles and tendons and ligaments, right? It was not longer because of the nerves pinched with the bones and sciatic and all that stuff, and going through the spine to the cervical and all that. Gone. And I said, doctor, please, I have to have something. I need my visa. And I asked him, no, please, can you make a deeper exam, deeper test? No, but the X-rays shows no. I say, okay,
God.
you want, I will do it because you want to, but it's not necessary. And they make me a CAT scan, you know, to go deep into that. And I said, no, sir, there is nothing. And I couldn't extend my visa.
So funny. So your body got better. It was like, no.
I have to leave India, right?
So you changed your diet in Thailand to eat fish. Interesting.
Yeah. I was basically eating salmon, a particular type of bread with butter and honey, and some veggies.
Right. So that's what you wanted.
Yeah, and then from that day, I was just going to the shop, and it is like the food was telling me, I am your breakfast with this and this. Now I don't pay too much attention to it because,
You're fine.
but yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I only take medications when I sometimes I get a headaches, like terrible pain,
Yeah.
and I just get a pill and that's all. But you survive the body by not identifying yourself with it.
Mm.
That's the only choice that we have, not to identify ourselves with the body.
Mm. You know what's interesting one of my doctors that I had in Tassie, she was like, she was really interesting. She said she was is it like an integrated or like a integrated medicine or something like that? And she had a guy who was in a wheelchair from MS in Tassie, but he moved to South America, and literally in 2 weeks of living in South America, he got up out of his wheelchair and started playing soccer, and he was completely fine.
But that's the thing. See, you don't know, right?
Yeah,
Like we shouldn't try to fix the condition, right? Try.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
Action. Do whatever you do your best. Forget about the rest. Do the best
Yeah,
and see how it goes.
yeah.
Just don't get attached to any result. Do whatever you have to do, right? And that's all.
And sometimes you just gotta move. Just gotta move countries.
I speak about this every day. I do my best to explain this, right? If I succeed or not, and what can I do?
Yeah, like that.
If I get attached to the result of my actions, long time ago, I would be frustrated and disappointed and
But it's easy to get trapped in that if you're not aware of it. You know, and sometimes even if you are aware of it, you get absorbed in the conversation or the thoughts of who you work with.
doesn't matter how lost you get, because you will get lost.
Yeah.
As soon as you notice that you got lost, that's it. It finishes there. As soon as you feel the heat in your hand, okay, then you remove the hand from the fire. That's all. As you notice it, it's gone. As you notice you are rising, okay, and playing out, it's gone.
Cool. Because I do notice very quickly. And then something, and then you notice, and then so it's a funny game, isn't it? It's like ping pong.
Why we cannot watch ourselves, measure our progress? We cannot do any of that stuff. We just notice it. Eventually, it will no longer arise. The ego will simply not arise anymore. I mean, you
Because it will,
will refer yourself as the body, right? Without identifying yourself with it. And it's funny because if you don't limit yourself to this body, you are everybody. See, you are everybody. Even the annoying guy in the traffic to the office.
I'm sure I annoy somebody too. Yeah.
So the moment comes when the ego no longer arises. It's not the capacity to think. Remember, it's not thinking, right? Feeling and doing, right? What comes to an end. It's the identity what comes to. The I thought comes to an end. So you may use it, right? Because you are in a supermarket holding your ticket, waiting for the guy to number 13. You say, it's me, right? But what would you want? Right? I want cheese and I want this and I want that, right? But you will not literally. You don't identify yourself with it. You don't. Self-knowledge remain. You remain self-aware. It's funny. It's like you are thinking and yet you are not thinking.
Yeah.
You are doing and yet you are not doing. You are talking and yet you are not talking. See, there is silence. See, there is this aspect of you which is silent, nameless, formless, right? Yet conscious or right?
Yeah.
The other aspect of yourself which is moving, right? Again, see, they are not two.
You know, what about those?
It is a
What's
strange
that?
beginning. I asked this question to this man in India that I like to call my preceptor or whatever. I said, sir, is this possible? Because I feel like I am always silent, and yet, right? I think, is that possible? I say, yes, obviously. They say, if that's serious, yes, means it's not that it is possible, it is possible to know it, right? Possible is there,
Right.
always like that, right? But we don't notice it, right? We don't notice the background, right? We don't notice the background of silence, and we don't notice oneself as that. We notice oneself only as this, right?
Because I think I shared this with you before when I was a kid, and I remember I used to walk a lot because I like to explore. So I just be by myself a lot. So I just go for a walk. I remember this one day walking through the trees, and I wasn't having any thoughts. And then my mind went, if you don't think you'll die. And then I was like, oh, well, I guess I better think. But because I really was enjoying the moment of not thinking. I said, oh, because I thought, wow, that's nice. I'm not thinking. I just feel like there's two things talking, you know, my mind going.
As a child, I knew it was a nightmare for me. I wanted to stop thinking. I wanted to be able to see the boards on the road and not having to read them, right? Not to.
Yeah.
So there was a possibility. I know that it is possible to be without thinking and to be conscious without thinking, but I didn't know how to do it, and it's not possible to do it. And it is already one's natural state.
Because it felt really good.
Yeah, of course it feels good. It's natural. That's what is natural.
But do you think kids are more in tune with that because they're not bombarded as much yet?
No, because what problems, but apparently bothers is the eye thought, not the capacity to think. See,
Right.
there's a thought eye, and it's all its stuff, right? I and my life, I and my problem, I and my job, I and the work. That's the I thought.
Mm.
And the funny part is it never touched me. It never did anything to me, that I was always intact.
Mm.
This is when you know what your reality is, then this man is active, or is still the quantity and the quality of the thoughts, someone else's activities. It really doesn't matter anymore. Somebody asked Baba, what is matter? I say, it doesn't really matter. Oh, Jesus, never mind. That's basically telling you, just be as you are, be what you are. See, matter doesn't matter, mind never minds. He's telling you, you are that. For whom matters doesn't really matter. See, and for whom the mind never minds.
I like it.
And-
You know, Caesar, what about those people who we were
Get out of here. Go home, you're exhausted. Well,
Is that,
Self,
is that your friend from Latvia?
so, Cinderella, the pumpkin is turned, the child is going to turn into a pumpkin. Right?
But just like super quick, because I know you have to go. You know those people who say they channel? They channel people?
Yes, channel, yes.
What's that about? Because I met a lady yesterday and she's like, my daughter started channeling, but she doesn't want to. So is that just more thoughts or just being more open to other people's thoughts?
Like, I was one of those.
Right.
It's just people that if the mind is quiet, you can perceive more than what is said.
Mhm, mhm.
So some people are born like that, so they can't help it. In my country, we say that you are born, you cannot make a shaman, you are born a shaman or you are not.
Right.
The predispositions, so to speak. It's like a witch. You are born you cannot make a witch to become a witch. Either you're born a witch or you are not. It's just you see more than what is said.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can, all these powers are there. They're all psychic powers and mental.
Yeah.
We can take them if we want to. Use them, but
Mm.
if there is no ego, you are the self. What do you need for yourself? And the whole universe is yours and for you, right? The Veda says, all this universe arises from the self, by the self, for the self. So you are bloody rich. What else do you want? There is all this.
It's all there.
You don't have to and call it yours. It's there. Just look around. What else do you want?
Mm.
Everything is there. So the sage may use such powers just for the sake of someone else, right? Actually, it won't even do it. It will happen spontaneously because it also happens spontaneously. Called spontaneous divine manifestations. They're called spontaneous. See, it doesn't say volitional.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Ramana Maharshi said that some power is there in the sage neighborhood, right? Manifest itself in particular circumstances. They will be attributed to this person, right? But it's not come from the person. Maybe through the person, but bombarding here with stuff. Oh, hold on a second, because today is the driver's birthday, and I forgot. You will have, you must be.
Drivers.
Oh. Prices have come down.
So,
What's the name of the island you're on again?
Margarita.
Margarita.
So this is why I went to India, channeling psychic powers. You could do all that stuff. You can know so much. You can heal, cure, resurrect people. You can do all that stuff, and you are miserably unhappy. Like you don't, something still is missing, which is
Mm,
self-knowledge, right? So you know so much, but you don't know who you are. So what do you know? What's the point? No, when
That's true.
you're no longer interested in that. I mean, it's there. You may or may not doing it anymore, but it's not. See, there's no. The motivation is no longer there.
Mm.
The so-called siddhis.
Mm. Yeah.
So, what else?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was very insightful. It's very helpful, just to have that reminder.
See, for example, my son is growing, right? And he's
Yes.
in a society which is it's a very stupid society in general, not only here in the world. Right?
Yeah.
And then they tend to be quite fresh and disrespectful and and intrusive. Just like I mean, he comes sometimes and I have to pause the microphone and call his attention. Boy, I'm having a conversation with somebody. This is grown-up stuff, right? So for him, this is a class, right? Like a classroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
I suppose that the teacher is giving you a math class and I go and show up and open the door and teacher, listen, or how would the teacher feel? Somebody's just coming there and interrupting you showing up, right?
Yeah.
So you notice it, right? It is disrupting, right? And you call the attention of the boy. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you want to be good and pure and all that stuff and being unaffected and don't let it touch you, just then you go see, so you don't benefit and he doesn't benefit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to stop the microphone and say, boy, what's wrong with you? How many times I should tell you, right? At least stand up there and call my attention and see that can I? And I say, yes, I can pay attention to you, say something and right. So some kind of respect for other people, right? Activities.
Yeah.
And you may have to say it in a way that produces an impact, because if you don't say it in, let's say, in the right context, it will not, right?
Yeah.
Right? But you will find this interesting that you can even be stern, right? For the onlooker, right? You may be annoyed, angry, but you are cool like a cucumber inside.
Yeah. That's the goal.
Sometimes when you do this, you have to approach the people in a way that The person may not like it, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Okay, time to go.
Thank you. How old is your boy now?
9.
9. Wow.
They're waiting for me to watch The Grinch.
Oh, yay. There's so many. Which one? The cartoon?
Yesterday was a cartoon one. Today is the movie one.
The Jim Carrey one?
Yes.
Have fun.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Caesar. Thank you.
Hasta mañana. Gente nueva por Ezequiel Campos, no lo había visto antes.